A whole family wiped out. That's what I believe I read was the statement of a family member of the quadruple murder victims found near Reelfoot Lake in West Tennessee, July 29th, 2025. The victims were family, and among them a young couple, 20-year-old Adriana Williams and 21-year-old Matt Wilson. Adriana and Matt had a 7-month-old baby girl, and the third victim was Adriana's younger brother, 15-year-old Braden, and her mother, 38-year-old Courtney Rose. So yes, a family was slaughtered, but not an entire family, because Matt and Adriana's 7-month-old baby girl was found abandoned in a random yard in a really small community in Tennessee called Tigard. This video is simply to detail the criminal record of the suspect in this quadruple homicide and the kidnapping of the 7-month-old baby girl known as W.W. Austin Robert Drummond. When I read that Drummond was sentenced at 18 for aggravated robbery and that he actually did 10 years in prison before he was released, I wondered what circumstances led to him actually laying down 10 years. Because, see, you might think, well, it was aggravated robbery. He actually pointed his pistol at the clerk. But when the defendant is very close to being a juvenile, most of the time, they are given the lighter end of the sentencing structure. Okay, I found out real quick why Drummond laid down an actual 10 years before he was released. See, he robbed that convenience store when he was 16, and like I said, he pointed the gun at the clerk, and he got a total of $44 in that aggravated robbery. Well, what he did at his sentencing hearing, Drummond decided to threaten the jurors who had found him guilty of 1 count of aggravated robbery. Drummond was tried as an adult for that aggravated robbery, and he was an adult by the time he was convicted of 1 count of aggravated robbery. But he faced more counts of retaliation, and in 2015 he pleaded guilty to 13 counts of retaliation, which basically enhanced his sentence for the armed robbery. So he received a total of 13 years. Now get this, Drummond finishes his sentence on the armed robbery, and then he gets charged with attempted murder of another inmate. And so when he was released from prison from the original sentence, he was actually out on bond for that attempted murder. But while in prison, he racked up 24 disciplinary actions. He had counts of gang activity, having a deadly weapon, assault. Am I the only one thinking that Austin Robert Drummond did not want to be a free man, that he wanted to stay in the penitentiary? At Drummond's 2020 parole hearing, he said that he was on Xanax when that Circle K, when that gas station got robbed, and that he doesn't remember anything about that event. Isn't that convenient? The man caught a drug charge the day that he was released from prison, and when he was captured, during the manhunt, police found firearms in the area. This is a man who seems, from his criminal record and from recent activity that he's accused of, to be inherently violent. I'm a West Tennessee native, and when I was a child, my family, we spent time every summer at Reelfoot Lake. And the minute that I found out that a baby girl had been abandoned in a random yard and that 4 people ages 15 to 38 had been murdered, I knew that somebody was facing the death penalty.